So this is just unreal. It's about 11:55 p.m. on Friday, January 13th, and I left my unit for about 10 minutes earlier this evening. I just went down the hall, right down the hall to the common bathroom to get some water because I cannot use the water from this tap. It makes me sick. Every time I try to use it, I cannot drink it. The water from the tap down the hall does not make me sick. It seems to be safe to use. And that's where I go to get water to fill up my water bottles when I am in the building. Somebody accessed this unit while I was down the hall earlier this evening. I had a couple of things in front of the door, specifically this thing right here. This is a luggage. And then I had this is actually like a futon, a rolled up futon. And this rolled up futon, I had pushed it in front of the door and it was like this. It had been pushed about 2 feet. Those are my crutches and recycling. It had been pushed about, I'd say about 1.5 to 2 feet into my unit from the door, which means somebody had pushed the door open while I was down the hall. I didn't hear anything, but whoever keeps getting into this unit is actually very good at getting in here quietly, and they do it pretty quickly, and then they leave. And whoever keeps getting in here, I suspect it's the psychopath next door in Unit 78 named Jasmine Irizarry, because she has been doing this for 8.5 years now. She started breaking and entering into this unit shortly after she moved in. She used to make a big show out of somehow unlocking my door while I was inside of my unit, often while I was in bed, like napping or resting, and then all of a sudden she would be like standing in the doorway and messing with the tape that I used to put across my door jamb while I was out to monitor whether or not somebody was getting in here, because I suspected even 8 years ago that somebody was getting in here and moving things around. So this evening, when I was down the hall for about 10 minutes, I did not lock my door, stupidly enough, but I thought that if somebody got in here, I would hear it. I didn't. And the proof that somebody got in here and that it's the psychopath, she does this. This is her signature move. She takes things out of my unit when she manages to access the living space here, when she manages to use some kind of keyless entry method, aka picking locks, and gets in here. She takes items out that are centrally located. So I had this vitamin bottle right here in the middle of my cabinet right before Christmas, and it's empty, but I was saving it to put other stuff in it. It's completely empty. There's nothing in here. It's completely empty. And it disappeared. I couldn't find it anywhere. I was like, where in the world? And I had literally left it right here one day when I went out, and when I came back, I couldn't find it. And I was like, oh, well, maybe I don't remember throwing it out. So I've completely forgotten about it. Bought a new thing of vitamins. So this one is brand new. It's full. Guess what I just found in this cabinet tonight at 11:45 p.m., about 5 minutes ago? This vitamin bottle that had been missing for about a month now. It went missing before Christmas. Sometime around December 18th or so, I was out for an evening. That's when I noticed that the vitamin bottle was missing, and I was like, I know I left it here, but I don't know, maybe I have Alzheimer's and I forgot that I threw it out. Well, it has suddenly come back into my apartment, and not just come back into my apartment, but somebody put it back in the exact same spot where I had last left it. Isn't that interesting? And the proof that it was put back here by a human being and not accidentally left is because the brand new bottle is actually right next to it. If I had accidentally somehow left it inside the cabinet, it would have been pushed to the back by new items that I have since purchased and put in this cabinet, which is coffee cups with some coffee supplies in there and other items. But it's right in the middle and in the front, of the cabinet, which means somebody just put it back here. I mean, it wasn't here this morning. It wasn't here, this evening. I left my unit for about 10 minutes at around 8 p.m. This item was not in this cabinet. I actually took the vitamins at around 7:30 from this bottle. This bottle has been missing since before Christmas, and I just noticed it just now. It's so close to the front of the cabinet that it actually just fell out, which means somebody just put it back there, and it's not me. So here we go. This vitamin bottle has made a miraculous return after being missing for a month. And it was put back in the exact same spot where I had left it a month ago. And it had gone missing from that same exact spot a month ago. Now it's back, but it hasn't been there because in the meantime, I've had to buy this new one, and this new one was previously right there. Somebody moved it over and put this one right there. Isn't that interesting? Yeah, so that's how you know you're dealing with a psychopath. And she was in here this evening, clearly.